You'll walk in this direction, and then you have to try to stop him. As I just mentioned, explaining. Are you ready? Don't look scared. If you look scared, they're not gonna stop. You gotta look confident that you're a knowledgeable person. Okay, so then you walk and you try to make your presentation.
Do you like pizza?
Yeah, I like pizza.
Well, you know, if you come to the temple, we can give you a pizza there for free.
For free?
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
In fact, like, you know these books, they have like the address to the temple, and they have like, how to make spiritual pizza, kind of. If you really look at it, like, you can get a lot out of these books. A lot more than you think you can get.
What can I get out of these books?
Well, there's knowledge about yoga. Have you heard of yoga?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to yoga than, like, nowadays we think it's just like physical fitness, but it can also help you spiritually.
What do you mean spiritually?
Well, if you just take a look at the book, like if you just like flip through the few pages, like there's a lot about different types of yoga systems and practices in this book. Like there's, like we often hear of physical yogas, like dhyana yoga, and there's more than that. There's like, there's recipes about love and stuff in this book.
Well, do you guys have love about Jesus? Because I'm a strong Christian. And
Well, the goal of your religion is to love God, right?
guess so, yeah.
Well, yeah, this book teaches you how to love God.
Well, I already have love for God, so how would this help me?
Well, it'll help you develop it more and more.
What would be the end result?
You'll eventually attain your love for God.
What does that mean for me?
You'll be eternally happy.
Eternally happy? What does that
Wouldn't
mean?
he have walked away by now?
What we can comment.
Yeah.
Can somebody come from Northern?
No.
Okay, it was decent. The good thing is that he gave the book in his hand eventually. That was a good point. The spiritual pizza was creative. I definitely wouldn't have taken that particular approach. I don't know, I thought he was ready to say something.
Well, there's good points. There's way of doing it.
Excuse me, we cannot come. You need a Bhagavad Gita? Buy. Somebody want to buy for a Bhagavad. Should I?
You should send one of you guys to apply and learn.
Okay. So there's very good points. There's way of doing it better. One of the things is that, you know, Jayagana Prabhu's mentioned in the beginning, you know, is we sometimes did that, the approach of the pizza. But, you know, but it's better to actually present the book for the merits of the book. And also, we keep it short and it's almost like, you know, everything is very systematically, you know, to the point. And the first thing, stop the person. And you stop the person with one simple question. And it has to be a clever question, because if you ask any other questions, you know, people, remember, you're looking at here people that have their focus on their destination, and you have to stop it in their track. So, so you have to be able to ask them a question that they're able to sort of relate in some way, and feels, you know, that they've been qualified for something. So, you know, the question that works very much, that at least, you know, I remember being trained with that question, is, you know, you're from here. You're, you know, say if I'm in Chicago, and you're from Chicago. Say if you're in the campus of you know, Illinois, whatever campus, you know, and you're, you know, you start, you're from Michigan University, or you study here, something that qualifies them. And the person, you know, the person, those biased persons, they will, you know, they will stop and they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm from Chicago. And then once they stop, then you have them. And the next thing is just to grade the book. So, Jaja cannot introduce the book, you know. We should, well, there's another thing here, another tip. Showing or giving? What would you say?
Showing.
Showing. Why?
You have to be careful if you say giving, because some of them will be really, how do you say, stubborn. They say, you said you were giving this to me, and then you ask for a donation, they'll get upset.
Yeah, it's sort of deceiving, you know, so you have to be very careful with, you know, showing means, you know, giving, you give the impression that you're giving the book, you know, and then when you say, you know, we're asking for a donation, well, are you giving the book or what, you know? So, you know, I stopped here for 5-10 minutes and, you know, you basically cheated me, you know, now you want my money. So, you know, that part, so, you know, we're showing the book and then we say something that represents the book. So the book is not about pizza making, you know, although we can treat them like that, but we should avoid treat. You know, we should, you know, take advantage of the merit of the book. It's wonderful. We have to believe this. It's wonderful and this is exactly what you need. So we have that conviction. It's Prabhupada's, you know, it's the whole disciplic succession. It's Sankhya and Jackia, you know. So we're showing this book, this wonderful book about yoga and transcendental knowledge and like that. Next, put it in the hands that you give. So Jagannath Prabhu said, you know. Then it becomes another thing once they touch it, you know. And then say something about the book, you know. So just like Jagannath Prabhu said, ask a question. Are you familiar with yoga? Are you familiar with meditation? Are you familiar with transcendental knowledge? Or something, you know, like that, transcendence and that type of thing. And they say, oh yes, or, you know, you believe in God. Some questions, you know, that brings them into, you know, that makes it interactive. It's not just yourself. And then they will answer, and according to the answer, yeah, I'm actually familiar with yoga. Well, very nice. Take the book away. So you play with that. That's, you know, I remember being trained like that. There's a certain thing that, you know, when you hold the book, you know, there's a sense of, oh, I have the book, it's sort of mine. And then when I take it away, it's like, you know, and sometimes it works like that. So now you take advantage of pictures. So yeah, you know, explains about yoga and meditations, you know, and transcendence of the soul. You know, and you start to show them. This one is very fantastic for showing different places. This one also, how the modes of nature control. You say something about the book, you give them back to him, and then, you know, start to show them the pictures. And then explain a little bit about the picture. Don't take a lot of time, you know, just say something, and at the end make your pitch, you know. You know, great personalities, just throw some names, like Thoreau and Emerson, Gandhi, appreciated this book very much.
How about we show them an example?
Yeah, why don't
No, you show, I'll go after. You be one, Makunda, you come, and then we'll...
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get back into it.
Actually, yeah.